customization. The new evolution system empowers players by allowing you to modify evolution map skins, monsters, and music. To access the evolution system, click the evolution icon on the left side of the screen. Once inside, speak to ESS to open the evolution system tutorial guide. You can choose to fight in the cyberific battleground of the default screen, or tailor your experience to how you see fit. Want to modify the monster drops to make sure you get the sweet swag you crave? Done and done! Want harder monsters to fight to boost your experience? No problem! Savvy players can use this feature to level up faster. If all that fighting and customizing has you beat, take a vacation at beautiful Gold Beach, a brand new theme dungeon where players can get their feet wet while having fun bashing baddies in the sun. To reach Gold Beach, either complete the Golden Opportunity quest or speak to NPC Pilot Irvin at the Six Path Crossway on Victoria Island. If basking on Gold Beach gets a little too hot for you, head over to Kerning Square and embark on new quests. Also just added is Dimension Invasion, a new dungeon that will test players' dexterous digits. To enter the dungeon, accept the Dimension Invasion quest and enter any town's dimensional mirror. Then speak to Piston. Once inside, you and your party will be hit with wave after wave of monsters. Your goal is to eliminate all monsters on each of the 5 stages. The monster meter at the top of the screen indicates the amount of monsters currently on screen. If that meter maxes out, game over. Players that beat the dungeon under 10 minutes will receive the best rewards. Monster Park Extreme is a new Monster Park mode for level 40 and above players. Speak to Spiegelman's sister Spiegelette outside of Monster Park to get the 5 tickets needed to enter. The 4th portal to the far right will take you to Monster Park Extreme. Inside, players will fight against monsters of increasing difficulty. Players can enter the park up to 10 times a day as either solo or with a party of up to 6 players. The more people in your party, the more experience you'll receive. So be sure to bring a friend before entering. Each time you enter, the map and the monsters change, so you never know what challenge is in store for you. Lastly, secondary equipment not only adds to your main stats, but your attack stats as well. Go see Neville to enter the store and purchase the secondary equipment for your class. Each class has its own style of secondary equipment, with more powerful versions available as you level up.
Hello, Maplers. Welcome to the latest content update spotlight from Maplestory. You asked for it, and now it's here. Masteria has been returned to its former glory. All the classic quests you loved about Masteria before those pesky aliens invaded are now back in the game with cool new rewards. Let's take a look. The Phantom Forest is once again a mysterious maze, returning to its roots and challenging all players to make it out alive. Using the portals located throughout the forest, you'll need to find the correct order of escape if you have plans to reach Crimsonwood Keep. In addition to quest experience and rewards being updated, all the denizens of the Phantom Forest, including Stormbreakers and Elder Wraiths, will be updated with new loot drops. But that's not all. The level requirement for not just the Phantom Forest quests, but all Masteria quests have been raised to 90. This gives players seeking a challenge that much more incentive to get their characters into fighting shape. Speaking of challenges, the fearsome Phantom Forest bosses have received a boost in difficulty, which means you'll really have to watch your step with Bigfoot, and not lose your head against the Headless Horseman. You'll have spring in your step once more as the Valley of Heroes jump quest hops back into Maplestory. The road to Crimsonwood Keep has never been more perilous, as this quest will have you jumping gaps and dodging one-hit kills. Only the most nimble players can navigate through this treacherous gauntlet. Classic Phantom Forest and Crimsonwood Keep story quests are back, allowing veteran and new players to experience these fun, story-driven quests to receive brand new rewards. Classic mobs such as Typhons and Crimson Trees return as well, so get in there and dish out nostalgic beatdowns for updated loot drops. You asked for it, now it's here. The Twisted Masters of Crimsonwood Keep are now much more challenging. For example, Red Nurg's health and defense have each more than doubled, making him more of a tank. While Morgana, Relic, and Hasalf have more than 3 times their attack power as before. So gear up and get ready to rumble. We rebuilt this city not on rock and roll, but from the ashes of the alien invasion. New Leaf City has been returned to its former glory. The clock tower is now accessible, allowing players the ability to once again gain entry to Bigger Ben. So if you have the time, explore Bigger Ben and clock out. Hey there, Maplers! Welcome to the Grand Athenaeum Content Update Spotlight. This update adds new character skills, a brand new dungeon, a new boss arena, an exciting new way to party quest, and much, much more. First up, let's take a look at some of the new class changes. The Dual Blade and Cannoneer character classes have both received new and revamped skills that show they're still classes to be reckoned with. Blade Ascension allows Dual Blades to stay on the offensive in mid-air by placing distance between you and the enemy, while the Cannoneer's Monkey Fury skill will bowl your enemies over as it bounces and rolls through enemy mobs before an explosive finish. Many more of the Dual Blade and Cannoneer class skills have received updates, so dig in and find out what's new. Grand Athenaeum is a story-driven themed dungeon that will let players dive into Maplestory's past. Episode 1 has you searching for a mysterious white mage. In Episode 2, you help a young girl fulfill her destiny. And in Episode 3, you go on a rescue mission for a fellow CYGNUS knight, only to uncover an unexpected conspiracy. Complete all 3 episodes to receive some awesome rewards. 2 players enter, 1 player leaves in the new Boss Arena, a PvP battleground in which players take control of a boss character to dish out some serious pain to their opponent. To begin the match, players first choose the boss they will control. 1 player goes into the glass chamber, while the other stays outside to fight the boss controlled by his or her opponent. The tables are turned once the round is over, as the players swap places. Now it's time for some payback. At the end of the match, boss performance scores will be compared and a winner will be chosen. So hop in the arena and dispense a boss beatdown Maple style to receive sweet rewards. 1 is the loneliest number, which is why players in cross-world party quests can embark on their Maplestory adventures with players from other servers. This means your chances of finding a group to join your party are now even higher. Cross-world party quests will be ranked, with the top 100 group rankings displayed for all to see, letting the entire Maple world know just how great you are.
Hi there, Maplers! Adventure is taken to new heights with the Rising Heroes Elite update. This update makes enemies more challenging, offers new ways to enhance equipment, revamps character skills, and adds cool new and returning minigames. Let's begin by taking a look at some of the new monster revamps. The combat system has been updated, and performing combos and multi-kills will now grant a small experience bonus. You'll need all the combat help you can get, as most regular monsters are now stronger, making maps that much more challenging. In addition, regular monsters now have a chance to spawn bigger, elite versions of themselves. While elite monsters are harder to kill and deal even more damage, they offer greater rewards. But that's not all. Elite bosses have a chance to appear when you hunt regular elite monsters. They are extremely strong with really high HP and arrive flanked by 2 elite monsters. Defeat the elite boss and you'll have access to a bonus stage where even cooler rewards await. With such tough enemies, you'll need to fight even harder than ever. To even the odds, there are now runes in-game that grant powerful buffs to your characters. The Rune of Swiftness increases character movement and attack speed, while the Rune of Recovery increases character HP recovery rate. The Rune of Destruction boosts attack power and releases a poison cloud that continuously damages nearby enemies. And the Rune of Decay kills all nearby enemies and increases your attack power. Runes randomly spawn throughout hunting maps. There can only be 1 rune at a time on a map, and all runes grant a 100% experience bonus, so power up and get in the fight! Spell traces, a new streamlined way of enhancing your equipment, have been added to the game. They can be used in place of regular scrolls. Spell traces give you more equipment customization control by granting you a list of enhancement options. Simply choose the enhancement you want from the list. Another huge perk is that equipment upgraded through this new system won't be destroyed upon failure, so you get all of the perks with none of the buyer's remorse.
Greetings, Maplers! Let Umbra, the Spirit of Darkness, become your ally with the new CYGNUS Awakening Nightwalker update. This update sees the return of the newly powered-up Nightwalker class, brings back fan-favorite areas and dungeons for a limited-time event, and takes you on a wild romp through the new Shinsu International School. Let's begin by taking a look at the Nightwalker revamps. After a hiatus of over a year, the Nightwalker class leaps out of the shadows and back into the spotlight. He's better and badder than ever, as his level cap has been raised from 120 to 250. Nightwalker skills have been reimagined and improved, making this Agent of Darkness even more powerful. He has many new skills for you to explore and discover, such as Dark Omen, which summons a flock of shadow bats for an aerial assault on nearby monsters. Shadow Stitch binds your enemy's shadows to the ground, restricting their movements for a limited amount of time. And Dominion is a devastating mob-clearing attack that shrouds your enemies in darkness while slashing them to ribbons. There are many more awesome skills to discover, so load up those throwing stars and attack from the shadows as the new and improved Nightwalker. This update also sees the return of Mushroom Castle, with a brand new story, new areas to explore, and enemies to fight. In addition, the level requirement to enter Mushroom Castle has been raised from 30 to 60 and above. Mush King is looking for a suitor for his beautiful daughter Violetta, and the doting dad tasks you with the job of finding her one true love. You'll have to think on your feet to save the day, and your own neck to boot. Once you complete your heroics at Mushroom Castle, it's time to jump back into classic Maplestory. You'll discover classic pre-Big Bang Victoria Island areas are returning, along with the Hennesis Hunting Ground, and a deeper ant tunnel. You'll also be able to fight powered-up versions of classic bosses, such as Stumpy, Dial, and other ill-tempered baddies. So take a walk down memory lane, and go hunt some powered-up old friends. If you've had your fill of the night, brighten up your day with Friend Story. Friend Story is one of the most unique adventures you'll ever get to experience, as it gives you a chance to go to high school with your favorite characters from Maple World, including Hilla and Magnus. The adventure begins when a student from the real world is sucked into Maple World, while you are ejected from Maple World to take his place in the real world as a student at Shinsu International School. At Shinsu International, you'll meet your favorite Maplestory characters with normal day-to-day social misadventures, which means you'll have to play matchmaker while stopping the monster invasion from Maple World itself. You'll run into old favorites assuming surprising roles, such as CYGNUS as a clueless rich kid, Magnus as a gym teacher, and Hilla as the clean freak school nurse. The school bell is ringing, so don't be late for class. Enroll at Shinsu International and become a social butterfly.
war will begin soon.
No, Nineheart. The war has already begun.
Empress! We're under attack!
Empress, you must decide. Do we push on?
Let's go!
Orchid! You have to go!
Those stupid fools! There's no point attacking. My Black Heaven is invincible! Invincible!
This fight isn't over yet.
Hello, Maplers! Welcome to the Guide for Firepower, Maplestory's hottest new update. Firepower is filled not only with new areas to explore and updates to existing content, but also with cool rewards and achievements. First, let's get things warmed up with the Firepower event. In the Firepower event, players will be placed in two categories: Icy Agents and Hot Agents. If the last time you played Maplestory was before June 1st, 2015, you're an Icy Agent. Any new players who join Maplestory after July 8th, 2015 will be categorized as Icy Agents as well. As for all other players, you're deemed Hot Agents. Both Icy and Hot Agents receive special titles and items, but you will need to work together to get even more. Hot Agents can give Icy Agents special stat buffs. And as a reward for buffing their Icy comrades, Hot Agents will receive a prize box. For an extra bonus, Icy and Hot Agents can also pick a buddy from their friends list to become best friends with. Picking a best friend will earn you special Firepower coins that can be spent in the Firepower Coin Shop. The Firepower Coin Shop contains a variety of chairs, mounts, scrolls, and more. In short, when Icy becomes besties with Hot, everyone wins. Lastly, select one of your characters under level 100 to be your special Burning character. Each time a Burning character levels up, it receives 2 additional level ups until it reaches level 100. That's just the tip of the melting iceberg, as Burning characters will also receive additional benefits all summer long, including the chance to earn more Firepower coins. So hop in game with those low-level characters and beef them up Firepower style. School may be out for the summer, but you can still crank fun up to 11 with the brand new 6th chapter of Friend Story Rock and Roll. When a new student arrives at Shinsu International School with a rock virus, the spirit of rock and roll becomes infectious, as students are compelled to scream, play air guitar, and act like rebellious rock stars. You'll have to help Irina and the other students stand up to the rock virus with their own powerful music by performing at the school festival. Take part in a mini-game in which you'll join Irina's band and show off your rockin' guitar skills. Once you've played through all 6 chapters, you'll have the option to reset your progression and play through the story again. Doing so will allow you to earn special rewards, as well as experience alternate endings. In the epic conclusion of Black Heaven, Gelimer's warship crashed near Edelstein. Now players level 190 and above can explore the crash site and discover why it's called the Scrapyard. Complete daily quests there and take on Lotus in normal mode. You'll also be able to earn an item brand new to Maplestory, Energy Cores. Energy Cores can be exchanged for Absolab coins. Use Absolab coins to buy level 160 Absolute Lab set equipment and weapons. This is some of the strongest gear you'll find in Maplestory. And for those of you seeking a tougher challenge, it's time to venture into BLACKGATE. This treacherous new area has been invaded by 5 fierce demons. Attila is a vicious demon that lives up to its namesake by relentlessly and mercilessly attacking any player that dares cross its path. Aragami is a vengeful spirit that will cut you down to size with its razor-sharp sickle. Butcher's primitive appearance is matched only by its brutality. Khan is swift as a horse and will call in backup to help seal your doom. And Asura was once a charitable god, but now has become a ruthless demon that attacks with fire, water, and light. Each of these monsters will test your mettle like never before, so take up arms and get ready to perform a demonic exorcism, Maple style. This update also adds 2 new mini-games to Star Planet. With the Legends Return, players compete 3-on-3 in a PvP-style brawl. Each player selects an avatar and receives 5 skills they can use. Avatars can grow and level up by defeating monsters or opposing players. Whoever receives the most points at the end of the battle wins. And with Supernatural Ute, players receive a Ute power that only affects them, and a Peace power, which can affect the opposing player. Strategically use the special powers before you toss the Ute to give your game an added challenge. For more information on this update and the latest MapleStory news and events, go to maplestory.nexon.net. Happy holidays, Maplers! Welcome to the Guide for Reboot, MapleStory's exciting game-changing update. The Reboot update features a new world with tougher monsters but greater rewards, job balances, holiday events, and much, much more. Let's take a closer look. Reboot is a brand new world that brings MapleStory back to its old-school hardcore RPG roots. The monsters in this world are much stronger, but also much more rewarding. Bashing baddies in this world will earn you a significant amount of mesos, more XP, and equipment that's only relevant to your character's job. Useful items are only obtainable through gameplay and are not available in the cash shop. The only way they can be bought is with mesos, the in-game earned currency. Item enhancement in Reboot has been simplified, and the trade option disabled. To get the items you crave, you'll need to earn it the old-fashioned way, through honest gameplay and hard work. So burn off those holiday calories by taking the Reboot Challenge. The Reboot update also brings skill rebalances to all jobs. This maximizes their efficiency in relation to one another. Skill cooldowns, buff durations, damage limits, final attack skills, and more have all been adjusted. Better balanced jobs means a more level playing field, giving you the most refined and challenging Maple adventure yet. Welcome to MapleStory's Kinesis class spotlight. When a student named Kinesis discovered he has telekinetic abilities, his world is changed forever. After quickly realizing the many cool advantages his powers have to offer, he sets off on a path to becoming a hero. But when he encounters the White Mage, his psychic powers supernova, creating a sinkhole in the city that is also a portal to Maple World. Many citizens of the city fall through this portal, and it's up to Kinesis to rescue them and save both worlds. Kinesis is a mage class, and uses his telekinetic powers to send baddies flying, or use them as makeshift weapons against one another. Regular attacks will charge up psychic points, which allows Kinesis to unleash devastating ultimate skill attacks. These skills include BPM, which repeatedly dishes out a knuckle sandwich to any enemy standing before you. Deep Impact makes a big impression as it crushes enemies with large chunks of rock. And Trainwreck goes off the rails by flattening monsters under tons of screeching metal. So take a stand and unleash the power of mind over matter with Kinesis.